Word, linear equation. Definition, an equation where the highest power of the variable is 1. It represents a straight line and models relationships between variables. Example, y equals 2x plus 3. Word, variable. Definition, a symbol representing an unknown value in equations or expressions, allowing generalization of patterns. In an equation, 2x plus 6y equals 9. X and y are the variables. Word, slope. Definition, measures the steepness of a line, calculated as rise over run, delta y over delta x. Positive slope rises, negative slope falls. Zero slope is horizontal. In an equation, y equals 5x plus 10. The slope is 5. Word, y-intercept. Definition, it is a point where a line crosses the y-axis, showing the output when the input is 0. In an equation, y equals 3x plus 8. The y-intercept is 8. Word, x-intercept. Definition, it is a point where a line crosses the x-axis, showing where the output is 0. In an equation, y equals 2x plus 10. The x-intercept is negative 5. Word, point-slope form. Definition, y minus y1 equals m, open parenthesis, x minus x1, close parenthesis. This is useful when a slope and a point on the line are known. This is also useful to translate graph into equation. Word, slope-intercept form. Definition, y equals mx plus b. This is useful when the slope and the y-intercept on the line are known. It is also useful for graphing a linear equation. Word, standard form. Definition, ax plus by equals c. This is an alternative form of linear equations for comparing or solving systems, useful for solving for a system of linear equations. Word, inequality. Definition, compares two expressions using less than, greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to, representing a range of solutions. Word, compound inequality. Definition, combines two inequalities with and or, showing solutions that satisfy both or either condition. Word, system of equations. Definition, two or more equations solved together to find values satisfying all equations at the same time. There are three types of solutions: one solution, no solution, infinite solution. There are also three ways to solve it: elimination, substitution, and graphing. Word, system of inequalities. Definition, multiple inequalities represented on a graph. Solutions are overlapping regions. Word, ratio. Definition, compares two quantities, indicating how many times one contains or is contained in the other. If the ratio of boys and girls are 2:1, and there are 30 students in a classroom, there are 20 boys and 10 girls. Word, proportion. Definition, proportion states that two ratios are equal, used to solve equivalent relationships. Word, percent. Definition, per 100, representing part of a whole. 30% of 30 is 9. Word, percent change. Definition, it measures increase or decrease relative to the original value. Formula is open parenthesis, new minus old, close parenthesis, divided by old, multiplied by 100%. A price from $10 to $13 is a 30% increase in price. Word, unit rate. Definition. It expresses a quantity per 1 unit of another. 30 miles per hour is equal to 0.5 miles per minute, which is also equal to 0.00833 miles per second. Word, mean. Definition. It is an average of a set, sum of values divided by number of values. In a data set with numbers 40, 50, 60, and 70, the mean is 55. Word, median. Definition. Median is a middle value in an unordered set. If there are even number of data in a data set, the median is the average of the two middle numbers. In a data set with numbers 1, 4, 5, 7, and 10, the median is 5. Word, mode. Definition. It is the most frequent value in a set. If all numbers in the data set is different, and also it shows up with the same frequency, that data set has no mode. In a data set with a number 10, 10, 20, and 30, the mode of the data set is 10. Word, range. Definition. Difference between largest and smallest values. Word, standard deviation. Definition. Standard deviation measures how spread out the values are from the mean. The more spread out the data, the larger the standard deviation. Word, weighted average. Definition. It accounts for values with different importance by multiplying each by a weight before averaging. Word, scatterplot. Definition. It is a graph that uses dots to represent the values of two variables. Each dot represents a data point with an x value and a y value. It shows the relationships between two variables. Word, line graph. Definition. It is a graph that uses points connected by straight lines to show how the variables changes over time or another continuous variable. It is great for time series data. Word, bar graph. Definition. It is a graph that uses rectangular bars to represent different categories. The length of each bar is proportional to the quantity it represents. Word, histogram. Definition. It is similar to a bar graph, but it represents the distribution of numerical data in intervals. Word, line of best fit. Definition. Straight line approximating data trend in a scatter plot. Word, correlation. Definition. It measures relationship between variables, positive, negative, or none. Word, probability. Definition. It is a likelihood of an event, calculated as favorable outcomes divided by total outcomes. P equals number of favorable outcome divided by total number of outcome. The probability of rolling 3 with a 6-sided die is 1/6. Word, complementary probability. Definition. This is a probability that an event does not happen. It is P, not A, equals 1 minus P of A. Probability of not rolling 3 with a 6-sided die is 5 divided by 6. Word, compound probability. Definition. It is a likelihood of multiple events occurring together using multiplication or adjustment rules. Probability of rolling 3 twice with a six-sided die is 1/6 times 1/6, which is 1/36. Polynomial. Definition: expression with terms containing variables raised to whole number exponents. For example, 5x to the power of 4 plus 2x to the power of 3 plus x squared minus 8x plus 5. Word: degree of polynomial. Definition: highest exponent in a polynomial determines graph shape and number of roots. When the highest exponent is even and the leading coefficient is positive, both ends of graph ends up. When the highest exponent is even with the leading coefficient as negative, both ends of the graph ends down. When highest exponent is odd with the leading coefficient of positive, the left ends down, the right ends up. When the highest exponent is odd with the leading coefficient of negative, the left ends up, the right ends down. The polynomial of degree n can have at most n real roots. Word: quadratic equation. Definition: it is a polynomial with highest exponent of 2. ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. The graph of the quadratic equation is a parabola. Word: roots, zeros. Definition: solutions of a polynomial. X values where the function equals 0. Word: factoring. Definition: it is rewriting a polynomial as a product of simpler expressions. Word: completing the square. Definition: it converts quadratic into open parenthesis x plus a close parenthesis to the power of 2 plus b to solve or find a vertex. Word: vertex. Definition: it is the highest or lowest point on the graph of a quadratic function. Word: coefficient of x to the power of 2. Definition: if the coefficient of x to the power of 2 is greater than 0, the parabola opens upwards and the vertex is a minimum point. If the coefficient of x squared is less than 0, the parabola opens downwards and the vertex is the maximum point. Word: quadratic formula. Definition: x equals where the numerator is minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac and the denominator is 2a, solves any quadratic equation. Word: discriminant. Definition: b squared minus 4ac. This tells the number of real solutions. If the discriminant is positive, there are 2 real solutions. If the discriminant is 0, there is 1 real solution. If the discriminant is negative, there is 0 real solution. Word: standard form. Definition: y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Word: vertex form. Definition: y equals a times open parenthesis x minus h close parenthesis to the power of 2 plus k, where point h comma k is the vertex. Word: factored dash intercept form. Definition: y equals a open parenthesis x minus r1 close parenthesis open parenthesis x minus r2 close parenthesis. R1 and R2 are roots. Word: rational expression. Definition: it is a fraction with polynomials in numerator and denominator. Example: x plus 1 over x squared plus 3x plus 1. Word, radical expression. Definition. This contains a root, such as square root of x, and it requires simplification. Word, exponential function. Definition. Y equals a times b to the power of x. This models the growth or decay model. Word, growth model. Definition. Y equals a, open parenthesis, 1 plus r, close parenthesis, to the power of t, where if a population starts at 100 and grows at 10% every year, y equals 100, open parenthesis, 1.1, close parenthesis, to the power of t. Word, decay model. Definition. Y equals a, open parenthesis, 1 minus r, close parenthesis, to the power of t. If a $10,000 motorcycle loses 5% of its value per year, y equals 10,000, open parenthesis, 0.95, close parenthesis, to the power of t. Word, logarithm. Definition. This is an inverse of exponential function, where a logarithm of y with a base of b is equal to x, which means that y equals b to the power of x. For example, logarithm of 49 with a base of 7 is 2. This also means 7 to the power of 2 is 49. Word, function. Definition. Relationship where each input has exactly one output, denoted f of x. Word, domain. Definition. Set of possible input values, x values. Word, range. Definition. Set of possible output values, y values. Word, transformations. Definition. Graph shifts, stretches, compressions, or reflections. Word, triangle. Definition. Three-sided polygon, classified by sides or angles. Word, triangle sum theorem. Definition. Sum of interior angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. Word, Pythagorean theorem. Definition. For a right triangle, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Word, circle. Definition. Set of points equidistant from center. It includes radius, diameter, chords, tangents, arcs, and sectors. For example, the equation is x squared plus y squared equals r squared, where r is the radius of the circle. Word, chord. Definition. Line segment connecting 2 points on a circle. Word, tangent line. Definition. Touches circle at one point, perpendicular to radius. Word, arc. Definition. Part of circumference of a circle. Word, sector. Definition. Slice of a circle. Imagine a pizza slice, defined by two radii, which is lines from the circle's center to its edge, and included arc. Word, perimeter. Definition. It is a distance around a 2D shape. Perimeter of a square is p equals 4 times side. Perimeter of a rectangle is p equals 2 times length plus width. Perimeter of the parallelogram is p equals 2 times a plus b. Perimeter of trapezoid is p equals a plus b plus c plus d. Perimeter of triangle is p equals a plus b plus c. Perimeter of equilateral triangle is p equals 3 times the side. Perimeter of the circle is p equals 2 times pi times the radius. Word, Area. Definition. Space inside a 2D shape. Area of a square is side squared. Area of the rectangle is length times width. Area of the parallelogram is the base times the height. Area of the trapezoid is 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times its height. Area of the triangle is 1/2 times base times its height. Area of the equilateral triangle is a times the square root of 3 times side squared divided by 4. Area of the circle is pi times radius squared. Area of the sector of the circle is central angle divided by 360, then multiplied by pi, then multiplied by radius squared. Word, volume. Definition. It is a space inside a 3D object. The volume of a cube is side cubed. Volume of the rectangle prism is length times width times height. Volume of the cylinder is pi times radius squared times height. Volume of the sphere is 4/3 times pi times radius cubed. Volume of a cone is 1/3 times pi times radius squared times the height. Word, surface area. Definition. Sum of all face areas of a 3D object. Surface area of a cube is 6 times sides squared. Surface area of a rectangular prism is 2 times open parenthesis length times width plus length times height plus width times height close parenthesis. Surface area of a cylinder is 2 times pi times radius squared plus 2 times pi times radius times the height. Surface area of the sphere is 4 times pi times radius squared. Surface area of a cone is pi times radius squared plus pi times radius times slant height. Word, coordinate geometry. Definition. This uses algebra to study points, lines, and shapes on a coordinate plane where it includes distance, midpoint, slope, and circle equations. Word, trigonometric ratios. Definition. This relates angles to sides of right triangles, where sine theta is opposite side divided by hypotenuse, cosine theta equals adjacent side divided by hypotenuse, and tangent theta equals opposite side divided by adjacent side. Word, unit circle. Definition. Circle of radius 1 defining sine and cosine for angles. Word, complex words. Definition. Numbers with real plus the imaginary part. For example, a plus bi, where I squared equals -1.